Welcome to Penguin's channel. Today, we're diving into a mechanic that many players have encountered, but few truly understand, the defensive shield. Yes, we're talking about that infuriating situation, where your massive damage barely scratches the enemy's HP bar, and you have no idea why you're stuck. In this episode, we'll break down how it works, why it's annoying, and how to get around it. Ready? Let's go. What is a defensive shield? A defensive shield means that, in a single round, the total attack damage you deal after dissolving runestones cannot exceed a certain percentage of the enemy's total HP. The most common versions include 50% defensive shield, you can only reduce the enemy's HP by half per turn. 25% defensive shield, you can only take away 1/4 of their HP, meaning it takes at least 4 turns to finish the job. In short, the enemy won't let you burst them down in one hit, so you're forced into a slow and steady grind. The problem, it's not just slow, it's dangerous. Let's take the 25% defensive shield as an example. You need 4 turns to take them down, but here's the catch. The enemy deals high damage every turn or inflicts poisoning, making it hard to survive. There are complicated mechanics like cross shields, T-shaped shields, L-shaped shields, and more. You might be farming this stage repeatedly, wasting multiple turns each time really slows you down. Having to drag out fights like this tanks your efficiency and survival rate. Just thinking about it gives you a headache. Solutions? Yes. Some of these can absolutely break the cap. 1. Ignore defensive shield, designated characters only. Some active skills allow specific characters to ignore the defensive shield. In these cases, while other team members are still restricted, the chosen ones can freely bypass the cap. For example, in the Vatican team, when you activate the skill, Human Mimicry, the middle 4 members are still limited by the 25% rule, but the leader and ally Vatican cards can deal the remaining 75% attack damage with no issue. Clean and easy. 2. Direct damage, active skill attacks. Damage dealt by actives, such as direct damage, designated enemy damage, or fixed HP deduction, does not count as part of that turn's attack damage, meaning it bypasses the shield entirely. For example, some cards deal 100 million light direct damage to all enemies. That kind of direct nuke completely ignores the defensive shield, and boom, it's gone. 3. Recovery surplus damage, heal to damage. Nowadays, many team or active skills trigger recovery surplus damage, where healing beyond your team's max HP results in extra white number damage popping up. This, non-attributive damage, isn't based on attack, it's triggered by surplus recovery, so it's completely unaffected by defensive shields. Pair it with the right team, and you can punch through the shield in a single blow. 4. Extra attack of stored damage. This skill usually works like this. Based on the attack damage dealt this round, deal 150% additional non-attributive damage after the turn ends. Since it activates after the attack phase concludes, it's not limited by the defensive shield, and still deals massive damage. Great for cleaning up stubborn enemies. Five. Counterattack. Similar to extra attack, counterattack skills only trigger after taking damage, meaning they also activate at the end of the round. For example, upon taking damage, deal attribute effective counter damage equal to 10,000 times the damage received. That's post-turn action, so yes, it bypasses the defensive shield too. Summary: understanding is better than brute force. The whole point of defensive shields is to prevent players from one-shotting enemies with absurdly high damage. It forces a more methodical combat pace. But once you understand how the mechanics are calculated, you'll realize they block attack damage within a turn, but they can't stop damage from outside the turn. With the right team setup and skill timing, this so-called wall becomes nothing but a speed bump. And that wraps up this episode of Penguin's gameplay video. Have you ever been blocked by a defensive shield and felt helpless? Or do you have your own clever counters? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. We'll see you in the next video. Happy gaming!